And a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Lawanga Park in Singatoka here, where the crowd has been rather hushed over the last quarter of an hour, 20 minutes, since the teams left the field, since the original under-20 team walked off the field with victory to the home side, Nadroga, 13 points to 3 over Tailevu, and as I felt at the time, the confidence instilled into Nadroga with a comfortable victory, 13 points to 3, was something of an omen for the day. The conditions, as we mentioned earlier, absolutely ideal. Doubt that it could be very much better. Just a cooling breeze coming in from the southeast, running from corner to corner, and that with the brilliant sunshine, a hard ground augurs well for what we might think is a fine day of rugby ahead of it as well. There we have the Ricky Suva leading out the Naitasiri side. They've got the honour of leading the teams onto the field. Nadroga the hosts to follow in moments to come. The grandstand chock-a-block here at Lawanga Ground, and the bank would be, yes, there are a few spots that you could hang from, and the spaces, though, well and truly covered. A good crowd to witness the Digicel Trophy Championship for 2012. As we say, the Nadroga side at home as a result of their victory over Suva last weekend. Naitasiri here as a result of their closing out Tailevu last weekend. And these two giants of the Digicel series throughout this season now tussle up for victory in and the Digicel Trophy. So a good outlook it appears to be, and if we just look for a moment with co-commentator this afternoon, Laikini Dholati, back to the microphone again. Great to have him with us as his experiences as a referee sets him up to be able to help us, help all of us for that matter, with the correction and understanding of rules. So many new ones have been introduced live.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Graham. Kemenina turang kena marama. Then abina kambia kameo tigabu nugo baka tambu talayani be kemenina be indalani abu tambu baka bono baka turanga I kumbuna asa kena masanga kena matentu be kana tobata. Then sombia kana wasa na tombalela na rongbimbi na dalamani sa krisa tu kena bibosoti na kabinikua. Ndrakibina kasartungango na ndraki ena koro waturanga na Singatoka ka vilabina kasartunga na singa ka mundrabina katunalangi ka bakay liw tikumay na asana kina deba ka lakotugani bakay kina asana kina lomani koro na Singatoka ka rto satu ngo lomani rara rto na matanggito may Naitasiri kemenina borong tikumay na we koro baga viti may Naitasiri kero sabak ang bulat tukayani ka kero na tawala mekaw tukani we kemenina itu kutukunin gito ka bakay lori tinggo ay lawang kapak bakay kina we kemenina we koro na wano baga turang ako Nadroga ni baga rong sakit tikumay na we ngon turang na we ngon marama kemenina darubo kinangon elewa kemenina ngon kan daw talita ka na gitong ko na ragapi kero na tawala mekaw sa tukani we kemenina itu kutukunin gito me baka kero rewit ko kami bakaw yan ni Kemni yan nakabangor to sangolungo lomanirara na matatimini Nadroga ka liutegirato tigo na nonoto namatolu o sariola ka sa nitagin doon ng gito minaka na nabarong sa katukina kanda na reyla yan nakabangor na gito na finala ni Digicel Cup karong wakay tabi sa katukina na matatimini yasana bakaturang ako Nadroga kina matatimini sana bakaturanga ko Naitasiri.
Well, here now coming out are the officials of the afternoon, the referee and assistant referee, Samu Tuandraki, taking control this afternoon, and he has his supports. They go out as the two teams line up facing the main grandstand, a full grandstand, I might add, with many visitors, many tourists, many of those who are from the hotels nearby, and obviously sport becomes a tourist attraction as well to many of those who follow our man's game of rugby. And so in case you missed out on the final of the two teams, the final announcing of the two teams. Nadroga have made no changes to the team that had been announced, so that we have the front row props of Penny Ravai and Serafano Samodar. The hooker is Jerry Naruri. The locks are Mano Tamaya and Sekanaya Kalo. The flankers, Mosesi Volavola and Etani Anamba, with number 8, Salasi Ramboningiva. The halfback, Little Sakiyusin Lavindi. Playmaker is Jonatani Rolulu. The inside centre, Jonatani Ratu. And outside, Adru Ndelai. The wings, Episoni Wangatambu with Iso Naivua. And fullback, Isia Natonga. Nadroga made a couple of changes from last weekend's game, and that has brought in a new prop, a new lock, in fact three of the Lucies, and a new fullback. For Naitasiri, they just confirmed who it was who take the positions that they had duplicated. So the final team for Naitasiri sees Joeli Vaiteaki and Varesin Daku, the props for Danlingeri. The locks are Sinavalati Vonimbola and Natani Vora. The flankers, Inoki Tuisesi and Sorelli Koludava, with number 8 and captain Jesse Thariki Suva. The halfback, Lotti Raratambua, Colinio Vunaki, a playmaker. The inside centre, John Stewart. The outside centre, Jonatani Vital. The flankers, Nathani Wakaya and Apelli Voidovu, with fullback Timothy Rocco. And with officials doing their little bit out there, the teams being introduced to the Prime Minister, Varengi Mainamrama, and also the Managing Director or CEO of the Digicel Cup business, followed by Manasa Baravalala Palombu, walking across behind that group, and Paula just wishing his own team the best of luck. It'll be luck. It'll be a game that I think is played on tactics today. The two teams are so even. The two teams with Nadroga, a proven combination of backs with a past combination of loose players. The 6, 7 and 8 have played there many times before. They've been in many finals in the past. While Naitasiri, their teamwork paid off last week, and if they could repeat the teamwork of last weekend, the chances are they could topple them, because not only did they have good teamwork, they also last weekend had excellent defence. Now, we're also aware of not overrating the Naitasiri forwards, because they tend to get a little over anxious, just a little bit excited, and lose the plot. On the other hand, it is interesting to think Nadroga can't afford to not give of their best throughout the game, that they're known slow starters, and their second half they've played in the course of the season, play so much catch-up rugby. Let's see what it is, as here is the ref's whistle, and there's Jonatani set it in motion. He's got them running, and immediately Naitasiri give it across to Colinio Vilnaki. He sends a one from almost his own goal line. It bounces on the touchline. Brilliant piece of work. The wind behind him dragged it back from the 5 out from his own goal line, and it's in touch, a metre inside his own territory. A huge kick from the mighty boot, Colinio Vunaki. So it's in touch on the grandstand side of the field here. It'll be a throw-in from Nairuri of Nadroga and the white shirts there, as they're preparing to make it a real start of the game, because they had the advantage. It was turned away from them by the Naitasiri, who've got it in the line out, but the tussle is for it. There is Volavola, who tussled for the ball. The referee said it was knocked through, and so it'll be the first scrum of the encounter. A scrum bringing the Naitasiri side into play again. It's their put into the scrum. So the advantage that time of the line-out lost, as the ball was knocked through, and it was off the fingertips of Mosesi Volavola, a very experienced flanker. So we wait now for Raratambu to put it in on a metre inside his own territory. And Nanunga pushing, but Naitasiri have got it coming through and joining them. Vuivuvu joins into the back line and across they go again. Kalinio, miss out pass, goes out wide, goes across, right across towards the wing across on the far side. And that over there they bring it back. They come a drive through the middle. They're still in their own territory. Naitasiri. Back out it comes. A chip over the top from Raratambu. It lands in space. It goes back. It goes a long way back. Now Tonga having to go back to get it. He's greeted by Naitasiri as he goes to the ground to hold up play for a moment right on his goal line. And Naitasiri are all there. Nanunga take a moment to get there. They're on the goal line there, and Naitasiri ready to regather. They're looking for a pick and drive right from the goal line. They want to get an early try, by the look of it, as they do. They try to go through. They're turned backwards that time. No way through that time for Naitasiri. Another effort in there for them to pick it up and drive. And it's picked up, though. It's picked up by Nadroga. Nadroga turn it away. They kick into the wind. The ball bounces awkwardly. It's playing tricks with the wing out on the grandstand sideline. Vuivuvu taken to the ground. Naitasiri need only to get it. They need only to play to the right. They've gone the other side. They've got it on the 22-metre line. Ball gone to the ground. Raratambu gets it out onto the left again. They're out wider. It's gone on to Stewart. He bumps his way forward. Ball gone to the ground. It's Naitasiri again. Kalinio gets it out, gets it into Vatiaki. Vatiaki bumps his way over the 22-metre line. Taken down into the ground. And penalty, an immediate penalty to Naitasiri, and quickly taken in there. Lingier, he picked it up. He's gained 15 metres. He's taken it towards the uprights. And out it comes again. Naitasiri getting good ball. Out wide it's gone. Space across the far side. And then Naitasiri are in. Naitasiri's Navani Wakaya went over. They tried to, Nadroga tried to bump him off. There was no way he could be bumped off. And he's in for the try.
Yeah. Kung itong rangke na maraman, doon gito koko na itubunin gito ay tungo. Arto sa may tambang na polo na matang gito ni Naitasiri na sanirara sa ramaya sa nakandua ka koko na nono dito ba katong na polo nono to vi pasi vida bata na faces rato torea me da nang una rato litambak na polo koko sarto na nangito kay via lulunga balay na tatangumaki ni Nadroga nang una ya kar rauni rato tambak na polo rato na matatim ni Naitasiri. Sa limutong na matatim ni Naitasiri, waroting ko na lang.
That only took 3 minutes before they were on the way. And Naitasiri had all the ball in that 3-minute period. During that particular period, you saw them swing it to the right, take it to the left, right again, across to the left, and after the fourth dab, they went down the touchline, and a poor defensive tackle failed to stop them from scoring. So we wait now. Vunaki. He's got the breeze partly way behind him. It's not Vunaki, is it? He looks to, if it is, he's lost a lot of weight as he gets a ball away to the right, and the score remains at 5 points to nil. Naitasiri a grand start, 5-0, and the perhaps outstanding feature of those first 3 minutes was the grand handling of Naitasiri.
Yes.
Never lost the ball, but many passes made.
Yeah, that's right, Graham. I think they're playing very well at the beginning of the game, and they never lost any passes that they did.
Long ball. Raratambu says my ball, but it's taken in there by Kalo. Kalo took it over the 22-metre line, taken down to the ground, picked up by Numba. He's continued to go forward. The penalty against them, holding the ball on the ground, not releasing the ball. And this will be a relieving penalty for Naitasiri, who, strangely enough, terribly bunched together in the middle of the field, didn't spread wide. They could have been in trouble if Nadroga had cleared it wide. And here's Vunaki, sends it towards the grandstand sideline. It soars over the head of Rambolingiva. He had no way that he could stop that one going into touch. Finding touch 9 metres inside Naitasiri's territory on this grandstand side of the field. With a score for those who just joined us, it is Naitasiri 5, Nadroga without score. Into the line it goes, way down the back, and there's a hard tap back, but it's regained in there by Ngavendi. He sets his backs up from the 22-metre line. A drift through there by Nadroga up over their own 10-metre line. They've gone down to the ground, but here are the hard-working Naitasiri. They scramble it up. Raratambu with ball in hand. He had it, he went forward, but he was caught. He was held to the ground and lost. The ball dribbled out of his fingertips. They're gone to the ground. The scrum will go to Nadroga on their own 10-metre line, centre field, so that gives the Nadroga side a chance to go both ways. They could do it both ways if they wish, and we'll see where they go to as they go down for I think the second scrum of the encounter, and it will be the newcomer to big rugby, Sekiusa Ngavendi. He gets it away, sends it away to the right, across to the right. Laura Lulu brings it back towards the left side, racing down there, and it was an effort to go through and delay. It's gone to the fullback, Rocco. He holds the play up for a moment while his supports get there and they drive Nadroga back. They're getting him up to the 10-metre line, but there the referee has said they didn't use the ball, said he, and he has given the possession to Nadroga to put it in just 13 metres inside Naitasiri's territory and 20 in from the grandstand side of the field, with Nadroga slow to get there that time. It surprised me that it went against Naitasiri. Again, it will be the youngster Ngavendi to put it in. Ngavendi could be a contender for the 7th selection, I would think, the way in which we've seen him play. He's having a run himself, he gives it, and there's a change of lines of attack, and the ball lost forward as it goes out there, picked up over Mbonengiva. He couldn't go forward, it was a lost ball forward. It becomes Naitasiri's put in over the 10-metre line in their own territory. Remember that the sun is at the back of Nadroga. They're playing into the breeze. They've actually changed around from what we originally said. We were given news that it was playing the opposite way, but this is the way it is now, with the sun on the back of Nadroga, and they're playing into the breeze. Naitasiri using the breeze well. Out comes Raratambua, and a grubber kick along the ground, almost caught Nadroga in trouble. An aimless kick, many of his forwards in front of him as he goes forward, and as that time Vonimbola went to take it, he lost it forward. It's picked up by Nadroga. Nadroga making advantage of it. They go forward, they give it out there to Naururi. Naururi taken to the ground over the halfway line. They're caught, taken down, they come back towards the grandstand sideline, this time with an attack on the fullback into the line. He's taken it forward over the halfway, in through the centre, but they've lost it again, and out it goes left. A good piece of work. Kalinio gets it left again. Out it goes across to Vuivuvu. He's taken it up, and it's inside the Nadroga territory. 10 outside the 22 as Naitasiri again. It is a good pass, and it's a good one. Good piece of footwork that time by Naitasiri as they go forward. Back they come again. Kalinio with it. Gets it forward. Gives it on to Vonimbola. Vonimbola got bumped off then, but it's recovered by Naitasiri. Clever little kick by Vunaki. And Vunaki sends it into touch on the grandstand sideline. Chipped it over the top, into space. The ball ran away. Lovely piece of work from Vunaki, whose play from the playmaker position has improved immensely since we saw him first introduced to that position last season.
Iya, totoo sa to kanu to visual ta to na polo na tim ni Naitasiri sing ni Virtagi wa Italian polo ndo na langir to the kawa may da katingong ndo na line out.
In it's gone into the lineup. The referee said it was knocked backwards by Nadroga and is finding his way through. It was Ngavendi, but it's gone to the ground and scrambled up there. Nice piece of play. It's turned into attack. Here is the running fullback Rocco taking it forward. He's lost it. It comes out again. Still Naitasiri. A drive through there by Vunimbolo, taken down to the ground, and the penalty against Nadroga. Mile offside. They were all waiting. They didn't go back with the ball as Vunimbolo was going through, and there they caught her in an offside position, and this is another chance for Big Boot Vunaki to see what he can do. was interesting to think that Nadroga waited for the play to catch up to them instead of retiring as the spearhead of attack went through the middle of them.
Ia roto tutongi tai tongo na Nadroga ni ngone sa kalakon ni kinapolo roto sinto sa imuri menan roto offside line roto tungai liu waru langi tungo na Naitasiri da reida se na luru na langi ni tutongo ke baka na luru ya sana kota lai kina ken roto na Naitasiri kina walu. Ia totoko sa roto na non rotongi to na Naitasiri ka vida na ngone roto toro tiko mai kina na polo na matangito ni Nadroga virta nga bakada na polo ka sing ni pasta ke babinaka ileba na ngone lutu kina ka da noita kan nando na ni na babinaka tagilai kan ngito na kalinga.
Well, he's allowed too much for the wind, and it's well to the left of the upright. It obviously is not as strong as he anticipated. And the ball away to the left for an easy touchdown and a dropout 22 favouring Nadroga. The score remains at 5-0. Play gone, 12 minutes of the first half of this Digicel Trophy final. A big ball across from the far side of the field. Way back it comes right into the waiting arms of Timothy Roko. He puts a long one towards the grandstand side of the field. And there was, oh no, he didn't touch the ball that time from fullback and along the sideline. Lost his balance and fullback Nadroga goes into touch on the grandstand sideline. And it will be a put in by Lingeri of Naitasiri. Just outside the 22-metre line as Naitasiri are on the attack. It's thrown over the top, and there was a bump in there. There was a push by Nadroga, and the push has brought about a free kick to Naitasiri, so they lost nothing despite the overthrow of the ball.
Ya ndor tal nondo to tungi na Nadroga nando na line out ngo nondo to rosa vulka rosa ranga na mita to sa langi tal tungo Naitasiri.
Nice piece of play and a little fixed effort there. The wall of death, you might call it. They moved it one way, brought back to the next, and numbers came quickly. They've driven forward there. Naitasiri have taken it deep into Nadroga territory. Another effort in there. There goes the Ricky Suva leading them well. He's taken them up and then gets turned backwards. Nadroga go off their feet, but there the referee has spotted Naitasiri handing the ball back. And a quick takeoff there, and as the quick takeoff, Ravai trying to set them forward there. The Naitasiri side not back 10, and a quick second penalty against Naitasiri, who didn't retire quickly enough and have given away the 10 metres and another penalty further along. Quickly taken and sent into touch on the grandstand sideline. Play now in Naitasiri's territory, 4 metres inside, with the throw-in to be taken by Nadroga. In it comes, and might have been a little bit direct to Nadroga, but the referee was right there. He's given it away, and rumbling together, tries to work his way on his own. Lost the ball in a tackle. Out it goes to Vuivuda. Vuivuda goes forward there, and he's on his own too. He's on the ground. He's struggling to retain the ball as he's pushed backwards over the 22 and leaves the ball behind us. Nadroga. Out it comes through a number of Nadroga hands. Lost ball forward in a heavy tackle that time. Nadroga have recovered it, but the referee has brought them back. He gave a chance for advantage. Advantage not taken by Naitasiri, who stood off and didn't work to gather the ball, and Nadroga put the extra effort in and are called back. They call back then. The scrum will go down right in centre field, right on the halfway line.
Ia bisa bobida nang gitu nang ngona ya ko to ko ten nang rongar to litoro na Naitasiri to ko tel mai na ko tel na polo tingar to tor tel nang ronga samendo tel tongo na scrum enando na kana lutu iliu na polo.
Waiting for the scrum, in it goes, and waiting to pick it off is the Ricky Suva. He eventually plays half-back. It's a long one back there. Temasia is the subject of 2 heavy tackles by Nadroga. It's flicked away by Raratambua. He then gives it to Kalinio, gets a long kick back inside the 22-metre line, calls for a fair catch there. Nadroga turns around and waits for his own to come back, and that certainly gives Naitasiri the similar opportunity for them to position themselves ready to receive. A quick tap, It goes back. Rolulu puts a long one down, and it swings into touch. He uses the wind. Both sides are adapting with that breeze blowing across towards the grandstand, that southeasterly trade really blowing from corner to corner.
There's some nice kicks over there, Graham.
There have been some clever kicks that enabled the ball to continue bouncing, the wind carrying it, and there have been some lengthy kicks that have benefited territory to the kicker's side. In it goes and up high. Neat work that time by Vora. He's got it and takes it and backs his way over the 20, over the half. Out it goes and it's Vunaki again into the back line. Neatly done, Stewart. He's put his outsides into the space. Across left it goes Voivoda again. Voivoda, a chip and a chase. He's too big. Why did he do it? He didn't back himself, and he has just frizzled away what was a well-worked position to work him into space. He had the 5 metres of the terrace touchline to work, and he failed really to back himself.
Momo sarondo na tange lakava na winga ni Naitasiri sa didibin na kasaranga mai ngai tange ngai sivia tel na dead borderline na polos artu waro mai tange tel tungo na 22 dropout.
And here's another long one taken from close to the touchline on the terrace side of the field. Taken by Vunaki, gives it across over the 10-metre line. A chip towards the grandstand sideline. Too big, it's out on the fall. Same sort of problem. The wind behind it carried it over the grandstand sideline. While the idea might have been good, it was into space. But back there, covering it, had it stayed in field, Notonga was right there, and he just watched it with a smile go over the grandstand sideline. Now Ruri to throw it in for Nanrunga. 4 inside Naitasiri's territory. Not a terribly straight one, but not well taken. The referee has said so. And, he has called them back. There was some pushing in the lane out. And here coming through Navur. Navur drove forward there. He's taken to the ground. Lost it. Ball goes out. It's picked up again by Nanrunga. They drive forward and they drive over the 22-metre line. The referee wasn't watching a foul tackle back in there further, and in it goes with Nanrunga getting the advantage. Forward they go. This is the closest they've been to the goal line in the first 20 minutes of the game. Ball on the ground. Back over to the terrace sideline it goes. Out wide. Given on that time to Wangatambu. Wangatambu's taken to the ground. He had a man outside in support. Back they come. Neatly done by the spearman number of Nanrunga, and a penalty tonight to Nanrunga. Quickly taken in there by Numbar again. He's taken it up inside the 5-metre line. Here's where Nanrunga are at their best. There's numbers there. Head down and drive forward over the 5. They're close to the crossbar. They're within the 5-metre line. And the referee has said, we'll take that one again, that Naitasiri had not retired behind the goal line, and therefore it is another penalty shot. Well, a penalty opportunity, and it looks like Timothy Oroko got hurt in that one as he desperately held out Nambar, as Nambar was head down, drive forward. A great piece of work from Nambar, but although the continuity was in it, he was stopped by Timothy Oroko, and Rocco obviously got hurt, maybe a head on the thigh, and they're awfully sore when you get a thump on the thigh like that.
Iya, may dengo tong kanang gito, rota ni lima na ikalao, menondo to line ni sko na timi ni Naitasiri, ratu tutongi tagi boru na timi ni Naitasiri, ni maten tutongi ratu manisini tini na mite muri na timi ni Nanrunga, ni timi ni Naitasiri, mani sultali berto na timi ni Nanrunga, do tal na tutongi, merto na vangeta, ya do na maboa e avtongo endo berto na dongito ni Naitasiri. Ka ndabo ko tungo na wala nga non to mata-mata ka ro sa tu ke nor na do reda na maboa.
Well, he's on his feet now, and he just trying to give it a bit of a stretch with a bit of pressure upon it, and it will be with the penalty. The captain Samotha points to the posts. It'll be Jonathan Rolulu with a chance to put Nanunga on the board. It's a game so far that's been played at pace, and my word, it is spectacular the way in which the ball has been handled, more particularly by Naitasiri, really, than Nanrunga.
Yeah, really, really, Graham. I think Naitasiri's handling this afternoon is uh, up until now is better than Nandronga's handling. There were quite a few passes by Nandronga players that were spilled over and spilled forward, but Naitasiri really held on, and it resulted in the first try, and they have been playing very well.
It certainly kept Nanunga on their heels, but we wait for Rolulu and see whether he can put Nanunga on the board. Shouldn't be a problem from about 18 metres out and 20 in from the terrace side of the field. He checks it, he kicks, the flags go up, and it becomes 5 points to 3. With the penalty, 5 to 3, and it is Nanunga on the board after it was Naitasiri in the 3rd minute had scored, and the retaliation, it's taken 18 minutes before the penalty
Yeah.
was converted to points.
Oh.
From the kick-off, it eventually comes back and is taken in there by Tuasesi, gives it forward, but then moves it wide. He worked forward himself. Some poor tackling by Nanunga allows Naitasiri to get up to the 10-metre line, Nanunga territory. Ball on the ground and it's fed out wide again. It's given there forward and neatly done. And Lingieri bumps his way forward, but he also got bumped backwards too. As out it goes on to the left flank this time. Kalinio links up way left. Gives it across, and they're over there, Wakaya. He's on the other side of the field, and along he goes. And the ball over the 10-metre line. Down on the ground it is, and picking up there Raratambu. Raratambu gets it out onto the open, and driving through there was Kaludava. And he's taken down on the 10. Across left again. It was Raratambu setting it up, a close one. Naitasiri setting it up again. Raratambu gets it away. Out on the open. A drive through there. There's the Ricky server. He's driving into the opposition. Ball went down, and the referee is saying a held ball on the ground. He hardly gave him time to get on the ground, I thought, before he decided to penalise the captain, the Ricky server. Just a wee bit hasty, I think, and it has incurred the penalty, and the result is that they go back into Naitasiri's territory, midway 22 and halfway. It'll be a throw-in by Noruri, who was working it out with his supports to determine where he will throw the ball into the line. Waiting for an up high, grand taken there, neatly done there by Kallo. And eventually they get it out, but it's the supports of Nadroga that took it forward. Out it comes again. Rolulu gets it wide, this time Delay. Delay taken down, ball set up, gone on forward there. Vola kept it alive, kept it going forward, and taken down in the tackle, and it will be a penalty again against Naitasiri. A handball on the ground, says the referee, and Simova steps up and immediately says we'll have a shot at goal, and he pats the back of Vola having driven through, and nice work to put them into that position, and that's the second time that Naitasiri have been penalised for handball on the ground.
Yeah, baka wa malalta tiko Graham sa vida watan ngonong wa ratutung ita kina irera kau tiko na polo karasinga ni release ta na polo nangona rasanta wa kinera sa kina ka vida watan itutungin go ka sengan bagan dundun me loro itu ko na ibaka tangin dingin diningi to wango anda ready to na kabingo kasama din to tel na itutungin go ratutung ita kina Naitasiri na matagali dala bato ya kasabaru lang itu kinanggo orto na timin Nadroga na matani mata-mata saranga roton bakay rosanga bul ketolu na mita may na mata-mata.
Waiting for Rolulu, just 4 outside the 22, 26 metres straight in front. He's got the breeze, but it's ever so late as Rolulu prepares to come in at an angle. He just drives it, steers it well, and it now puts Nadroga in front, and it is 6 points to 5, 2 penalties to Nandro, and a try to Naitasiri. The second penalty taken and successful to Rolulu. Play gone 25 minutes of the first half before Nadroga could get them way in front. And there it's taken to the ground and it's picked up, and actually from an offside position was picked up by Naitasiri as they followed through and picked up that knock forward. The first offence was the knock forward. So the referee decided it was a double. He said it was knocked forward first by Nadroga. So it's an interesting one, the way in which it went. Nadroga taking it forward, picked up by Naitasiri, who also knocked it forward, had left a man in an offside position, thinking he was on his way. No luck, and back they come for Rarotonga to put it in, 8 outside the 22-metre line in Nadroga territory. Rarotonga, and off the back, beautifully done, a swift hook in there from Lingieri, one of the experienced hookers, one of the Fiji Warriors, one of the Fiji representative players is on the ground. Rarotonga gives it out this time, winning bowler. The heavyweight goes forward, loses the ball in a tackle as well. We've got a lot of spilt ball out there as it's picked up by Nadroga, who leave it to the ground, and out it goes. A flick away, it's taken in there by Noruri. He went to go through on his own, found he wasn't able, lost it to the ground again, and out it goes. They lost the ball forward. And the referee allowing the advantage again. I think he's doing it well, Lai. You're the expert in that field, but I think that he's certainly playing advantage well, giving those moments. But I thought he was a bit hasty with that held ball earlier in the piece where I remarked.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough, Graham. But he would give his decisions according to what he sees, eh? Yeah.
Oh yes, no doubt about that. As we see Rarotonga, and it comes once again, and we see Thuriki Suva cleverly moving it aside, and the ball just knocked forward by Nadroga. Galinio Bunaki takes it and out it goes, and here's a chance for Nadroga. Down the sideline they go, and here it is. It's in delay. Delay scores in the corner on the far side. Delay going in, and that was, I felt, a little unfortunate for Naitasiri. They were going forward. The ball was knocked from the arm of the ball carrier, went loose, and there wasn't the support across that side for Naitasiri, and Nadroga were able to pick it up. Two of them going down the sideline, and there comes the first try for Nadroga.
Kinawali bu, ito sa may tambakatalang ko na polo na matagito ni Nadroga, doon na polo karto bolo tu mana ngonin Naitasiri nan to kampo korto kana be mama ni Rarango karto toro na mata nang dongito ni Nadroga karto bi pasi elo any isau sangai vivi rotin bagani i tol sanga bulka bakada na mita na buno edidi buno ngono malay tambakan na polo ena esa ni Rara sarme esa na kandua abaro lang kitikinon ko na daw lang ni Nadroga Santo talen norto score matay ni score ni Nadroga ena kabingo.
Waiting for the conversion effort was right in the corner, and it will be a conversion attempt right from the sideline with the breeze cutting across. The flight of the ball makes it just a little awkward for Rolulu to be able to convert easily. You need a bit of skill in judging the speed of the breeze, and here he comes forward. We'll see what he does. He's driven it, and it's away to the left. The ball carried away by the wind, but it leaves the score. Nadroga 11, Naitasiri 5, after Naitasiri had started off in the first moments of the game with an unconverted try. It's been all Nadroga scoring from the 21st minute. We've now gone 30 minutes of the first half. A restart. Galinio gets it. Oh, and it's a good kick too, and it bounces back awkwardly. And as awkward as it is, picked up by Nadroga, and they're going forward there with ball in hand. Bola He went over the 10-metre line and then lost it, and then going forward was Wakaya. Wakaya with a left footer drove it forward there. It's picked up by his opposite across the far side, Rangatamu. Went up over the half, over the 10. Nadroga going down the sideline. They kick it into the centre field. Going across to get it is Timosia, and Timosia gets the kick away in a tackle as it's taken by Natonga right up there. It's like Nalvangi Levu, the way he used to play. He would go up with the attack, and at that time Natonga caught Timosia Rocco. He just got it away, and Rocco's kick into touch 5 metres outside the 22 on this grandstand side of the field. And you can listen to the contestable grandstand, the people excited about the style of play, and certainly that was a very fortunate scene for Timosia Rocco. And it goes, and it's gone way down to the back, right at the back of the line out, and it's Vola with it. And it's given out as Nadroga go forward there. They get it up to the 22-metre line. Ball gone to the ground. A pick and drive from the 22. Through they go and leave the ball behind. Left it for another. And another effort of pick and drive. Ball still on the ground. Given away there. Ngavindi gave it out to Kolo. Kolo gets it over wide. Wide on to Naruri. Naruri's taking it forward. They continue to work their way inside Naitasiri's 22-metre line. And the referee watching for offside on Naitasiri's part as we wait for... They've gone through the middle this time. No, they waited further out, and through the middle there went Kalo. Drove it forward there, and back it comes again. Another effort from Nadroga. Back out it comes. A chance for Rolulu. A miss out pass comes out to Natonga. Natonga onto Naivua. The bumping runner of Naivua bumped one off, and then he went to the ground. But he's made a good 10 or 12 metres as the ball in touch, 8 metres from the corner flag on the grandstand side of the field for a Naitasiri throw in. It will be Lingieri to throw in. While he was very accurate with his throws last weekend, it has been a little overcooked today in his throwing, and several of them have gone straight to the waiting hands at the very back of the layout of the Nadroga number 8. There's also an injury way over the backside. It might be again Timosia who got that knock on his leg earlier. No, as I look, I don't think it is Timosia. It is instead, it is Vital who gets to his feet, and Vital will take up his position back in at centre. They're lined up behind their own goal line as we wait for a Naitasiri throw in. 8 fingers from the corner flag. Nadroga on attack, and play has gone 33 minutes since starting. Long one, but not as long as one might have expected. Nadroga expected a long one to the back. Naitasiri have got it close near the front. Raratambu calling for it as the forwards work their way forward. Big effort from Kolo, reaching the big 6 foot something of him, reaching over the top to try and stop the drive of Naitasiri. In it goes, they go again, straight back to Vunaki, and he has moved it into touch, and touch found just 20 metres, just 18 metres it would be inside territory there, and it looks like now we've got a replacement on in Vadavoka, who is taking the fullback position. Vadavoka gone in as fullback number 21. In it comes, and brilliant take by Kalo that time as he goes to ground. Having gone forward, he set it up for his own, and standing over it is Noruri, picks it up and goes forward. He's got it inside the 22, but then lost ball there, and it goes, and as they went forward again, another spilt ball, and this is awfully prevalent, and I still maintain that it all happens because of body position when they are in a forward running position, and it means lost position. A scrum goes down, the opposition has the chance to regain. inside the 22. Raratambua straight back to Vunaki again, and a big ball. He again finds it into touch, and outside the fingers of Naivoa. He's got it into touch from his own goal line. It was a 50-meter kick. It's in touch just inside Naitasiri's half. So he's certainly playing the wind well. He's using it to advantage and gaining big chunks of ground for Naitasiri.
Totoo sarto kana langi ni Vunaki na kabingo.
Well, I didn't think that one was terribly straight into the hands of Nadroga, who gain it and then drive Naitasiri back up to the 10-meter line. They've got this moment. They've got control. They're driving it further. They're over the 10-meter line now. Step back out of the onto your own side, says the referee to somebody there. As ball on the ground and Vindi gets it away. Ralulu works it up and gives it over to Wakaya. Wangatamu would come in, and out it comes and across it goes again. Naivur into the back line, across it goes, and Tonga in the backs. He's given it infield up. Wangatambu infield again to Delay. Delay goes forward over the 22, Corton down, and Nadroga again. They've got numbers out here, but they lose the ball. It's picked up by Vunaki. He's taken to the ground, 5 inside his 22. A high ball, Raratambua sends it a long way back, and the wind takes it further back again. It's picked up back here by Wangatambu on the opposite wing. A chip forward it goes, and the ball eventually going into touch, but back further, said the referee. He took it in an offside position. He was in front of his own player when he took it. His own player had handled the ball first. And we've got a kickable opportunity, and it is the Ricky Suva points to the posts and calls up Vunaki, who certainly has been kicking well for territory. He's only had the one opportunity into the breeze, failed to be successful with it. He allowed too much for the wind, and while we feel the breeze right up here, it's obviously not as strong down below.
Yerto mai tutongi tagi tona nanrongango ni rote tinka ruam beka nei kalau na lomeni non to vimama doni tutongi so liberto na Naitasiri waka sungsung endo berto na nandong gitu ni nanronga nangone sa turukin na polo endo berto ngai sa diri serangan endo na nandong gitu ni Naitasiri me besuki ko ngai waka sungsung wa ko na buni tutongi ko sa waro langit tingo.
Vunaki poised 14 meters inside Nadroga territory. Big breath, little steps, and here he drives. No, he's pulled it away again, and it's also short. Taken neatly in there by Nandro, and then cleared back to where it came from, almost identically in line with the position from where the kick was taken. So no, he's not exactly on the ball today for his place kicks. He's had 2 shots, and the breeze has beaten him on both occasions. So it'll be a line out to form, 12 metres inside Nadroga territory with a Naitasiri throw in. And it comes in again near the front, and a good take there. It was brilliantly done by Vonimbola. Out they've gone, and with the wing over on the far side, Wakaya standing flat-footed. There was no way they were going to give it to him, and back it comes. Kalinio gets it. A drive in there. The Ricky Suva goes forward. Neatly done. Kolo taking it forward as well. And out it comes onto the right flank. Again, a little chip over by it was Vunaki. The ball bounces in just in the field of play. Stands up high, lifts into touch, and the fullback telling the line umpire it wasn't. It was out on the full, he's trying to tell them. The referee's not having a bar of that. As we see also, the Varavoka is playing, he must be on the right wing. And it must be somebody else who has come off, because we've got, we have also Rocco playing at fullback. Into the line out it's gone. And forward, Naitasiri drive. They're getting some ground too. They're now driving back and getting up towards the halfway line. and with a bit of direction from Nambar, pointing out to his own to move away, and out it goes eventually in the drive through there, going across to help the Mislingeri. In the middle there, they're taken down, and Nadroga in an offside position, pulling Naitasiri backwards there. Then it comes again, and Wangatambu on the left wing, right across on this side. It was Nauriri who was there, and he goes back. The referee is called for the scrum on the 10-metre line, and will go down for that scrum with Ngavindi. No, it's not. It's going to be a put in from Raratambua on his own 10-metre line. And it goes. The hook comes back out, and it comes off there with the Ricky Server playing a grand game. He drives forward there, gives it across onto the right, and it's picked up again in there by Vadavoka, takes it forward. Vadavoka fights his way with few supports there for the moment. Down onto the ground, and back again comes the Ricky Server. No, it's not, it's Raratambua. He gets it across left, and a drive in there, a spinning drive there by Ndaku. Ndaku takes it up towards the 10-metre line. Taken down into the ground and across left it goes, and another miss out pass. They're out wide, they're taking ground, and a poor tackle. They allow the stand-up tackle to go forward from Naitasiri. Out it comes again, Raratambu. Out it comes again, Vunimbola. Vunimbola takes it over the 10-metre line, and Raratambu waiting for it and gets it out onto the right flank. It comes across to Vadiaki. Vadiaki fights his way forward. He's held by the ankle long enough for Nadroga to be able to get across and cover. Ball on the ground, and it is Raratambua gets it out to Kalinio. Kalinio Vunaki gets it over. A kick that wasn't made. Across it goes on to the left, and here's Wakaya again. And Wakaya is in on the left flank, and Wakaya has scored it. Here's the Naitasiri's second try. Brilliantly done. There's obviously weakness across on the defence of Nadroga on the far side, and numbers of Naitasiri across there. There, it has brought them close together, 11 points to 10, with a conversion possibility. Naitasiri, a brilliant try, neatly worked, but it's taken them a little while before they could work themselves into that position. And with the defence of Nadroga all locked in centre and otherwise this side of the field, it was open enough for them to go down the tram lines and score wide out.
Iyan na score rin na karto may bagalor na ngon ni Naitasiri ka tubi pasien ya kaya ngaitor na polo muria sa ngalala sartunga ka vidia ni artunga bisuki ko ni na ngon ni Nadroga sa dokot ko ni na lomani in goal ni Nadroga ka tampakan na polo waru lang kitungo na score meverto na ngon ni Naitasiri.
Well, Wakaya score was almost on the touchline. He dived, he had plenty of time. He was untouched as he went through, and it leaves another long penalty, a long conversion effort from the big boot, Galinio Vunaki. He got the breeze behind him this time, and he turns it, and what does it look like? It's hit the upright and bounced away. Lovely one. It was the distant upright, and leaves them at halftime to with a score of home side, the hosts Nadroga 11, Naitasiri 10. It is 2 tries to Naitasiri's wing, Wakaya, and it is 2 penalties and a try to the home side, Nadroga. Well, as we look back at the game, it is one where it took 21 minutes to get really Nadroga into gear. Well, we've just missed the kick-off at the start of the second half, and then defending the town end of Lawanga Park, and Naitasiri starting off strongly as they send the ball back into touch, into the field of play from close to touch, should I say, and the ball going through there, and it's Wangatambu comes forward. He brings the ball and then releases it out to Rululu. Crossing it went to Naruri. It's gone wide, and they come up through the middle. Great piece of work. Ramoning Yitha. Taking it over the 10-metre line. Taken in a tackle, ball lost to the ground. An advantage it is, says the referee. That was holding back there by Naitasiri, the penalty against, and quickly taken across on the side by Ravai. Ravai goes down towards the corner. He's got the speed. He missed one tackle. He managed to get out of the tackle. They're keeping play going forward. Naitasiri scrambling across into the corner to recover as Nanonga burst into them there with great gusto, and close to a try in the corner. Do they award one? I see an arm go up, but it's Naitasiri appealing, and I see it's Kalidava who was anxious because that try is awarded. The try is awarded, and that we couldn't see who it was who got it, but the try was certainly given to Nadroga, who just came like a flurry at the beginning of the second half, and within a minute of the restart, it's Nadroga a try, and that will be their second try. We'll see if we can pick up who it might have been as Nadroga take their score on to 16 points to Naitasiri's 10. What a bluster of a performance there.
Sa tibutalangon ay karon ni Mama, ya sa tigubungango sartu skotale na ngoni ni Nadroga. Matay nga ni miniti. Arto bipas nga ni nanto koto na polo. Ka dona didi bina kay kawen do berto na ndong gitongo kali bisungan sa bola sarangan lain nisko. Karto ngi turno polo karto kauteni na lomani lain nisko. Karto sko kinang sa waro tingo na langi me berto ngoni Nadroga.
Well, just waiting to see if we can work it out as the conversion effort from the sideline, and the referee had eventually gone in. He first said it wasn't, it was held up, and then he awarded the try, and we wait to see whether it is converted now from the touchline. If it is, it's that much harder. Naitasiri have to work in the second half to catch up. They're playing into the breeze as Rululu comes forward. And it looks a good one to me. It's just in front of the posts. Across it comes. And the score remained at 16 points to 10 after that try across in there. And I think it was Number. I'll give it to Number. I think it was Number who got that one. And 2 tries apiece at the moment, with Naitasiri not having the numbers of penalties that Nadroga do have. Here's the kickoff. My ball in there and not taken cleanly. It bounces back in. It favours then Vitayaki. He's got it and he goes forward. It's handed back, but the referee said it was knocked through by Nadroga, and no advantage to Naitasiri. We come back for the scrum. The scrum then would be 20 metres outside the 22-metre line. It's deep in Nadroga territory. The put in will be Raratambu's from Naitasiri. Referee Tuandraki standing on the opposite side. Ngavindi shadowing. Back it comes, and the Riki Suva just shadowing the ball, takes it forward as Naitasiri drive, and then out it goes. Vunaki plays it close, and there close in was Vital. Vital was taken down. Raratambu again, but they're lined up against them, and out it goes, and eventually they give it into Votiaki again. He's taken it forward, caught, taken down, go back out, says Raratambu to those outside him, to Vunaki, and a drive, the Riki Suva goes forward there powerfully into the opposition, drags them to the ground. Raratambu there to take it. Kalinio steps, he doesn't get through. He's dragged to the ground on Nadroga 10-metre line, taken down. On the ground it is, and there it's gone forward and lost by Naitasiri. Picked up by Nadroga. A long kick then towards the touchline, goes over the full, and back they go to about their own 10-metre line, and it will be a throw in there by Naitasiri. It's a little less than the 10-metre line. We'll take the throw in there. As that ball came loose, Nadroga grabbed it, a long kick, but it was too long and too wide. So we look at the line out. 12 metres inside Nadroga territory again, and up high, brilliantly taken in there by Tuasesi, and out it comes, cross towards the grandstand side of the field and given into Kaludava. He's taken it forward over the 10 and caught well, held and taken down. Raratambu gets it away, gets it out there, lovely piece of work. Stewart with a bit of footwork, did it well, went forward there and back it goes down onto the ground. Raratambu again, gets it out, gets it infield, it's come, and here again is Vital. Vital goes forward, taking a power of a defence with him, and Naitasiri working their way forward like they did early on in the first half. Forward they go again. They're stopped 10 outside the 22-metre line. Out it goes Kalinio. Kalinio gets it across and gives it on to Vetiaki again. He's in all the problems, and out it comes again. Funaki gets it across into the grandstand sideline. Giving it on to Karoi, who's on the field. He's on the ground there, just on the 22-metre line. Back out it goes. Funaki controlling. They're running straight into the defence. Defence taking them to the ground, but Naitasiri still retaining the ball. There it goes again, and this time it's Rocco. Timosia Rocco taken to the ground. The ball left behind us. Oh, a mile offside by Nadroga. Wrong side for the referee, and then he gives it to Nadroga. The referee saying, come back, you didn't take it over the mark. But my word, there was a difficult one, difficult for a referee. It was on the offside of him, and he wasn't able to pick it up. But I'm not quite sure what's wrong with the referee on the touchline, who should have seen that and should have indicated. But it's a misfortune for Naitasiri that the penalty went the wrong way. And although it was taken in a hurry, the referee called them back, and the ball eventually into touch, 2 metres inside Nadroga territory.
Yeah, Dona bebe suarto da kabana ngone ni Nadroga ya ka ndon beka berto asa tunga iliu ni sember ni lako mai tumana pole na bebe suka ya da ka pamadal ta tiko gram ni andon don beka merto tung tang ngone Nadroga. Sangai yep, carry on.
Nicely taken in the line out there by Nadroga, and they set up the attack again. They try and go through the middle. There goes Vola up with ball in hand. Gone 5 metres outside the 10-metre line, and they move it quickly across towards touch. The cover defence is across there by the defenders. 10 outside the 22-metre line, with Nadroga all packed into the centre field as they bring it forward again. There is the big man Ramonangitha again. He takes it forward up towards the 22. Out onto the open. Rolulu decides to send it wide instead of infield. Onto Nambar. Nambar driving forward. Again it comes out onto the open. Out into the back line is Naitonga. Naitonga caught and held there. He couldn't get rid of it. It's 8 outside the 22-metre line in Naitasiri's territory, and with the ball on the ground and nothing happening with it, the referee has said play it or lose it, and that time he has given it to Naitasiri, just 8 metres outside the 22. There's some powerful running, there's some powerful hitting, not with fists but with bodies, as both teams striving to make ground forward.
Yeah, koko like na waroni kita na karoni be mamango. Vida na ngona rato torito kina na polo na ngone ni Naitasiri rato besu lakamai muri besu lakamai muri. Kavida batambe kana na faces rato wala kani walumbe kasidiwa. O tiar to sangkai turun ngone Nadroga. Kavida batalanga na faces rato turun ngone Nadroga na non rato kau te na polo. We mabotong ko endo berto na ngone Naitasiri ringo to kinangona gitu. Ya, bakaya koko la kena waroni gitu ne tiguni be mamango na kabinukwa.
A bit of a problem there for Tuasesi. He got some attention, he's okay, and he's certainly playing a powerful game. Tuasesi goes back into his position, ready for the next scrum, and it will be his own halfback, Raratambu, to put it in. 8 outside the 22-metre line on the 15 in from the grandstand side of the field. And off it comes, the Riki Suva. He decides to not to pass, but he ran into trouble. The defence was awake to him. as he went to the ground and didn't release the ball. The ball goes onto the ground, and it is a scrum against him. It'll be an Nadroga put in midway, well, almost midway, 22 and halfway. Centre field once again, and it is a Nadroga put in. Score at 10 I say 10 points to 16 points to 10, with Nadroga getting that early try in the second half, and we've gone 10 minutes of the second half altogether now. And it's gone, and off the back a fumble for a moment. It's an advantage. Offside, said the referee.
Not binding.
Not binding in the forward part of the scrums, and here's some of the steps forward and said we'll have a shot at goal. A shot at goal from 18 metres outside the 22. About 40 metres out. And Rolulu, who has had some success, but only with penalties so far. 2 penalties to Rolulu in the game so far. He has a chance of a relatively easy one. The breeze won't affect him this time.
Yaro mai tong ngon Naitasiri nandun na scrum kaya velo manirara ka sambil ni oti na scrum sambil lang mai tu polo sa ambil tu mai ko na scrum nandun me tukungai na scrum me bind tu ko me lawan sa oti na scrum kaya na pun tutong kartu mai langkit tu ngon in Nadroga ki mata.
Waiting for Lily then to line it up. The breeze ever so slight across him. Won't affect the flight of the ball. It can be steered quite easily, I do believe. Rolulu's a reliable kicker. Kicks it, and it's outside. It drifted outside. It was up high, and away it went outside the post. Score remains at 16 points to 10. Nadroga still leading Naitasiri. Waiting for the restart. Renaki getting the ball in centre field. Yes, he is. He'll bring it with the wind across towards the grandstand sideline. Or is he changing his mind? No, he's taking it straight down the middle. Straight down into the waiting arms of Delai. Gets it into Ramanangitha. He goes forward there. Powerful runner, and he managed to get straight through. He flicked it away. Gets it out onto the open. Caught by the jersey. Slowed down at least. And the Nadroga effort still going forward. Caught at the short of the post. Out it comes again across to Samura. Captain himself. There was no stopping of Samura. When he got a head of steam up, then Samura just kept going, and it was a captain's try, taking it on to 21 points to 10. Samura successful with it, the third to Nadroga. And what a try that one was! Right from the very start, they wound up, they kept it going, and once they got it to Captain Samura, leading Nadroga for the first occasion in a Digicel final, it was great work, a great effort, and it was a participation in it, number part of it, and the ball on the ground before it went out. Lovely try.
Iya, andona score revena kartu may tambak talang ko nangonin Nadroga kartu drop out may nangonin ni Naitasiri kartu toro nangonin Nadroga bila nonrotu bipas indo toro na pole ang didi mo tundo ni Lomandara ang basuko nonrotu tatang kumagin nangonin ni Naitasiri didi bimbe kay bola kani rusa ngabul namita kasule na polo iasana kandua kartu bipas yan ala basar nangonin lay tambakin na polo habaru lang kito ngo me langiti na score ko sa Abukaldorioto.
Waiting for the conversion effort of this time it's Rolulu on the 15-meter line. He kicks, he's got the breeze right behind him. He couldn't go wrong that time. It's 23 points to 10. First conversion of any try scored today, and Rolulu got the first of them. Good try, and it was a good try because it was a wonderful break early on from his own territory by Rambaningitha. And he burst his way through. It carried on, and here we have onto the field now. Kulaveri has gone in for Naitasiri. Long kick-off just ahead of the 22-metre line on the grandstand side of the field. Out it goes and picked up neatly there by Naruri. Takes it forward. He's still got it, sets it up nicely for his own side, and back it goes to Ngavendi. And back it went to Ralulu. Ralulu's a long kick. He too using the wind just like Vunaki did. And from just outside his 22-metre line, the ball into touch, just 10 from the corner flag at the other end of the ground. Long ball. And we'll see the throw in now. 10 from the corner flag. It'll be Lingieri to throw in, and his forwards are going to have to work their way back to where they came from. And it'll be hard work because the breeze is still quite strong out there. And it comes. And it's taken nicely by Naitasiri. They've got it controlled. And the ball on the ground for Raratambu. He decides to kick over the top. High into the air it goes. And across towards the grandstand sideline. Picked up in there by Wangatambu. Was going to make it a quick one. Changed his mind. The ball in touch. 12 metres outside the 22 on this grandstand side of the field. Crowd full of excitement as the tension remains on in a game between the two champion sides, Nanunga and Naitasiri. The throw in from Naururi of Nanunga. Way down to the back it goes, and it was well picked up at the back by Ramalingi there. Out it goes, and there's Kalo, drives his way forward. He's pushed sideways, but he managed to release the ball. Got it out, it rebounded from Delay, and back. They went to go backwards to recover it, and Naitasiri take advantage of it. They've played the game back into the centre field, and Naitasiri looking to recover. No, it comes out on Nanunga side. Rolulu gives a short one in there and racing through into the Ravai. Ravai taken down into the ground. He's held and caught underneath the burly forwards of both sides. And it comes across onto the left flank, and it gone on at that time to Maya. Tamaya with ball in hand, taken down. Across towards the grandstand, the terrace side of the field. Beautifully picked up off the ground there by Rolulu. Out again, Ramanangia. They're playing the game out into centre field. Is taken in the tackle, managed to get rid of the ball. Back it comes, almost a clash there. There was a clash in the end as Rocco took the ball, went forward, coming straight at him, and there was a clash of Nadroga coming to him there. As I see Elasio is on there for Nanunga. In there also is Tonawai. Dali Tonawai is across there for Naitasiri. The drive back towards the grandstand sideline is taken in there by Wangatamu. He links across onto the left with Ralulu. Gives it to Delay. Delay goes forward, accelerates and gives it across onto the left flank. Over to the big man, he gives it there to Kalo. Kalo goes down the sideline, and he didn't get ahead of steam. Before he did, he was shoved into touch on the 10-metre line in Naitasiri territory. What an open game this is. A game where the ball is flowing excitedly between touchline and touchline, between 22 and 22. It's certainly a very open game, despite the score of 23 points to 10 to the home champion side. In it comes near the front of the line. It's Naitasiri. They're back into it and then work their way up to the halfway line. Ball goes to the ground this time. They couldn't curl it back, but it was a penalty against Nanunga. Vodaki gets it out wide. Neat work, and it's come across the grandstand sideline again. It's come across, and it's Wakaya. He had the ball in hand. He got up to the 10-metre line, caught Raratambu again. Not quite ready for it was Vunaki. It was picked up by others instead, on through Lingieri. Out wide, a long ball towards the touchline. Down the sideline, Naitasiri go. They get it in field. They're caught from behind. Neat tackle by Naururi. Taken down to the ground, just 10 metres out from the goal line. Naitasiri not giving up one iota of effort as they work their way from their own territory deep into Nanunga territory, and it will be, however, a Naururi Nanunga throw-in just 10 metres from the corner flag as Naitasiri back on the attack yet again. So we're waiting for the throw-in. Naururi to do it. Winning bowler in the backs there, I notice. Has it well taken in there, neatly done by Sekanai Kalo. Ball on the ground and eventually cleared away. Given out wide to Nadroga to drive forward. They drive into the defence. Taken down to the ground. They haven't gone forward. It's straight across the ground. Neatly picked up back at the back there by Natonga and sends a long one with the wind. Across it comes to Wakaya on the grandstand side of the field here. Little chip over the top. Finds it into space. Goes forward to recover. Doesn't manage to get it. It's in the hands of Delay instead. Across left it goes. Samadar sits off for the line again. Taken down to the ground. He didn't get to the 10-metre line before he was skittled. Down on the ground he went. It came across towards the grandstand sideline. And a penalty immediately against halfback Ngavindi. And the ball on the ground. Also an injury, it appears to be Wakaya down there after he had gone forward. And he getting some attention, as it will be Vunaki to see whether he can close the gap. The present score of 23 points to 10. Play gone 21 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, dona mabo altongo dona ngon Naitasiri kando telangan itutungi soliberu tuna ngon Naitasiri tutungi takin Nadroga ka dona vive so ado ikya ka sengambe kani ronda babato batiki kuana ngon ka kautu na polo ka sengani bangal tani ka el tikinong dona itutungi.
Not satisfied with the angle, he looks at it again. Funaki from, it will be virtually straight in front, about 35 metres out. He's laid the ball down this time. We'll see what he can do with this. He hasn't been so successful, just one penalty. Good kick, looks good. And the flags are up. It's closing the gap from 23 points to 10 becomes 23 to 13. Just a 10-point difference. And it means Naitasiri are back on the trail again with that penalty after 22 minutes of play.
Yeah.
The kick off across left from Rolulu. Not nearly so long this time, and a good take in there by the big forward there, Vora. Vora then drives forward up towards the 10-metre line, leaves it behind for the little halfback Raratambu onto Vunaki. Chip kicks it forward across. It came to Wangatambu. Tried to dodge and lost his balance and went to ground just inside Naitasiri's territory. Out wide it's gone again. Through goes Ravai. Ravai up to the 10-metre line. Caught and taken. He's on the ground. Ball comes back to Nadroga again. Rolulu taps it across the grandstand sideline, and the ball bounced very neatly for him. It was a positioning of Wakaya. Tried to stop it. He wasn't able to turn it back. Ball landed inside territory and just ran away like a naughty cricket ball over the touchline, and it will be a put in just 12 metres from the corner flag in Naitasiri's territory again, with play ranging from back in that area to the other end. It's been glorious play of rugby, excellent ball handling, and some fine defence as well. Up high, Naitasiri taking it gladly. They've got it, and they've got it held. They're trying to work their way forward to bringing the ball towards the grandstand side of the field. It's in there. They've made metres. Calling for it as Raratambu gets it, and back it goes to Vunaki, and using the wind he curls it almost into touch, doesn't reach it. Wangatambu takes it short, just inside. Rumbanangiva, on it goes to Very, across the far side of the field it goes, and out the far side there. It looked like Makutu over on the far side, a ball on the ground. Nadroga back their way and spin in the tackle, the ball let loose, back on to Naitasiri it is. The game's at a cracking pace.
Dona kana totol ni ngito ya betungo na kabengos. Totol lagi tunga na kena vi kolo tagi na polo kena vi beso ya tu koko na vi beso. Kara didi ko ra didi ba tu na polo. Era didi serangani bon don vi ra kara tumelu ra vi beso tu mai. Dona kana koko ni ngito pati kena vi to sai kini ngito mai sanongo ki sanongo na kena vi virta kina polo na kena manggosa ni kena tori pati kena vi beso ya tu kena totokana na kena Gito takitu na nangito na kabingo. Sa kukuha lagi tu nga may nakoroni bi mamango.
Well, it looks like there was a bit of an injury. The referee's broken up the scrum that was due to go down when both Natuikata and Kulaveri went in for Nanunga, but he's now called them back in for the scrum. The scrum to go down midway 22 and halfway and 10 in from the terrace side of the field. A few changes on both sides. The defence of Nanunga very careful, 3 up and 3 back. As out it comes on the grandstand sideline. Neatly taken and nice run through there. Neatly done by Vital. He's caught and held there. And back it comes and Raratambu bounces across towards the grandstand sideline. Across here. And eventually a one-hand take to start with. Beautifully played by Wakaya. He managed to recover it and give it on to Raratambu. Raratambu found his way through. They grabbed him by the jersey. Pulled him backwards and taken in. And the referee calls them back and said we had Nanunga a mile offside after they went through on the grandstand sideline, and obviously it was a hard tackle on Raratambu, the halfback who's been playing so well for Naitasiri. They grabbed him by the jersey, they pulled him backwards and dived into his back. It was almost a spear in its own form, quite different from norm. As Raratambu managed to get the ball out of the huddle and break clear, only to be grabbed by the jersey and held backward. So the score at 23 points to 13. It's time for a chat, say both sides, and they have the moments to do so while Raratambu is getting some attention on the sideline.
Yan total na itutong solingo overto na ngonin ni Naitasiri ka narambe ka nirto na vangi mata-mata toka na tini na mite na loman ni nonroto esana na ngoni ni Nadroga ka doon ito sa solingo overto na tin kaliman ba ka na mita ki loman ni nonroto rara na ngoni ni Nadroga.
Interesting to see. Unfortunately for Raratambu, who's been brought off, and on goes Naitasiri, who gave Raratambu a very friendly pat on the back and acknowledged the way in which he's played. He's played like a champion. He's serviced his back line extremely well, and here he won't see the game out. What a pity for him as the ball goes into touch on the grandstand sideline, and Naitasiri have taken, they've worked it back up, and this is the way it seems to be, that the team with the wind behind them, big kicks, take it down, the other team having to work their way back to the depth of position inside the 22 of the team defending the town end of the Singatoka. This time it is Nadroga. Ball on the ground and still going forward, and Naitasiri are working their way further forward. This is the work they're having to do to take it up there. They're inside the 5 metre line now with ball at hand. They've got it in hand there. They're continuing to go forward. They're fighting their way. They're getting over the 5 metre line. They're getting closer to the goal line. And eventually the maul collapses to the ground. It's advantage. Now he's changed the advantage now. It's advantage now, says the referee. There's the ball on the ground. Out it comes onto the open. A pick and drive. A pass and drive. Out it comes. Naitasiri reaching in there to try and get it from Naitasiri. They're right on the goal line now. They're driving it forward. The effort is in there. An effort of Naitasiri. Pick and drive. Are they over? Not quite. They're just short of the line. Ball on the ground still, and Naitasiri holding control. Got the power. They drive it over. Referee's looking in very carefully. What does he get? No whistle. No score. It's still Naitasiri holding control. That drive again. They're close to the upright. They're close to the upright. Out of sight of the referee for a moment. I would think he'd be right behind him. It'd be very difficult for him to see. He comes around the other side. Ball on the ground. They're right at the goal post. An effort there. Naitasiri won't want to lose the ball now as they're driving towards that goal line. Play held up. Play stopped, it appears. Comes back to them. They've got it. And another effort to go forward. Now they open it up. and the penalty against Nadroga. Out it goes wide. An effort there and a step inside, but Naitasiri couldn't get through. They were closed down. In fact, they were sent backwards on it, but the referee has said Nadroga were not back 10. They went back behind the goal line, and Captain Samadar steps in to say, well, wait a minute, we didn't get the chance to, and the referee has offered a penalty straight in front. 5 metres out. Naitasiri on the drive. Play gone 30 minutes. It's Naitasiri now playing against Nadroga and time. Out it comes again, Matnasinger. They drive forward. The strength of Naitasiri might be one of the most important aspects of it. The Hillmen have got it again. They go forward. They're still within the 5 metre line. The maul has moved to the right of the uprights. Nadroga striving to go forward. They get it away and out onto the open. There's numbers. Do they get the... They've got the through there. They couldn't quite get to the line. A diving effort from distance saw them into touch, dragged into touch, and a line out. Well, it's a penalty. It's a penalty to Naitasiri. I think it was for holding across there. It's the only reason I can think that's what it was for. It was all touch, close touch play. A drive forward again. Naitasiri, I will say it wrong. Naitasiri, forward it goes, inside the 5 metre. They're only a metre away from the goal line. Naitasiri waiting patiently to put the pressure on. Out it comes, Funaki gets it across and out onto the open and Kandu. And out, here's the chance though. This is the one they wanted. Did he score? Did he get the ball down? He lost it over the line. He lost it over the line as he went to put it down one-handed. If he'd dived, if he'd gone bodily and all, he would have got it down. He tried to do it with one hand, failed to do so, and so we have a 5 metre scrum. Well, what an effort, Lai.
Sa ngalala sertunga nangone ko dito baka na pole ako na winga ni Naitasiri. Mesa tambak nga baka binaka na polo, ngai via tambak lingain do ko ngai maniluto ilo na polo. Mayado talikin ng gondo na scrum na 5 na mita kanon to viri na ngone ni Nadroga. Toto kung nakana ko kuning gito yaw tongo vida bata na vi pasi vida bata na vi besu ka daga baka binaka vida bata na itutungi soli ena ngauna ni vi besu. Ya mayado to nang anong gorto kaludasar ng ngone Naitasiri. Sandon min dono non to skoya ngai baka luto matal na polo ka lakoy liw. Sar may dokin na scrum go ni 5 na mita may nanon to line ni skoa nangone ni Nadroga.
Well, I noticed that there's a degree of attrition that's going on here. It looks to me as if we see Jonathan Ratu, who took the brunt of that. He's getting some attention over his own goal line. There's a Naitasiri player out into the centre field there. We can't see who it is for the moment, but he's in trouble. And we have seen Karatu going on for Nadroga. And here also going in is Dranikamate. He's also ready to go in for Naitasiri. So they're running out of substitutes as time runs by. And as I said before and repeat, that Naitasiri are playing not only against the Nadroga defence, but they're playing against time that they are. And here's Kandi also going in for Naitasiri. So a couple coming off, 2 net sets of legs going in. And Kandi will go into the front row for Naitasiri. Strength is part of it. Looks like Vosanimbola is coming off. So the scrum will go down right on the line. Bad luck for Naitasiri. A try went begging as we see again the scrum to go down. Nadroga to put it in. Naitasiri drive and off comes Rambonengi there. He's buried in the hard surface of Loanga Park as we're waiting for Nadroga. Get it. Nadroga playing the pick and drive themselves. They're trying to get loose and back it's cleared. Right back to fullback Natonga, and Natonga using the wind, very nonchalant in his kick, and drove it into touch 8 metres outside the 22. And that's where the next line-out will take place with 5 minutes on our clock. I've not taken into account the stoppage time, however. In it comes, and a good take in there by one of the new men. Didn't see who it was. It's Bunaki. A change of lines from the attack of Naitasiri didn't pay off at all. Ball to the ground. They come this time. A wave of red jerseys come across on the grandstand sideline. Taken down into the ground there was Kandi. He was caught. Back it comes. Kalinio Bunaki. He's on the ground. Back it comes again, and out onto the open it goes. Into the hands there neatly that time of Karoi. Karoi takes it forward, goes to ground, saves it for Naitasiri, regaining position in there. They've got it again. Out it goes out onto the open. Across it went straight to Stewart. Stewart gives it to the right. He's given it wide. The ball on the ground. Naitasiri holding the Nadroga attack up on the 10-metre line, and there it was the referee determining we'll take the scrum to tidy up a bit of close play just outside the 10-metre line, as we see two more going in for Nadroga. Going in now is Vakambau and Buller. That will close out the total number of substitutes allowable. They go in. Out comes Noreri, and also would be a new halfback coming in. It is, yes, Buller at halfback for the Nadroga side. Down it goes. Naitasiri driving them forward, and the legwork of Naitasiri being superb. They're driving Nadroga back. I think they've got more power on the legs, as Nadroga that time decided to handle the ball on the ground with their when they were off their feet. A penalty to Naitasiri straight ahead. It won't be enough for Nadroga, for Naitasiri to be able to close the scores. Scores being at 23 points to 13. Naitasiri trailing at the moment. 3 points won't be enough, and Vunaki decides for the team to kick it towards the corner. He gets it, it would be 14 metres out from the corner. They've made ground across there, and there is where their strength lay, I think, the powerful legwork of Naitasiri succeeding at driving Nadroga back at close quarters.
Iya, tutak sarto na nurtung gitu na ngonin Naitasiri na nakaruni bi mama.
Oh, well taken in there by Kalo. He took it off Naitasiri's throw, and there Naitasiri being driven back this time, just contradicting what we're saying. And here again, beautiful long kick from Rolulu, goes back and it's taken by Wakaya. He gives it infield, gives it into Karoi. Karoi sets sail. He gets up to the 10-metre line, eventually gains support as the ball goes to the ground. It's scrambled up in there by Makutu. Makutu for Nadroga takes it forward for them. Back to the halfway line they come, and they're still fighting their way forward. Ball in hand, they're up to the 10-metre line. Out it goes from Buller. Buller then gives it across left and gave it on to Makutu. Makutu then goes to ground. He gets it away, but across it goes through Rolulu. Across the far side, Rambaringila. He's taken to the ground. He's 10 outside the 22. Nadroga have worked their way up deep into Naitasiri's territory. Ball on the ground. It's 2 outside the 22. Comes across towards the grandstand sideline. Here they are. Rambaringila. Again it comes, and they take it forward there over the 22-metre line. Again they come back. This numbers in the midfield for Nadroga. 5 metres inside the 22. They've got numbers to the left. They change it back into the centre field. Wangatambu across into the middle. On the ground it is. Naitasiri penalised. Not rolling away from the tackler. Quickly taken across here. It was by Karatu. And Karatu gives it to the left. Another try to Nadroga. And that would put the cream on the cake for Nadroga, I do believe, as it takes the score on to 28 points to 13.
Yeah.
And the try, do we identify the try? But great piece of work. The whole of Nadroga's attack swept from their own territory breakdown after breakdown. They continued it going forward, and it was Karatu who got the try in the end. He picked it up. He got the end result. The try was his for the doing. Karatu, a try, and that was the 4th try. And he'd only been on the field for less than 5 minutes.
Ia totoo na nonton gito na ngonin nanronga. Wala kani wakakir tu kaya na nonton score. Ningon na rito vi pasiki na ka virta ki bakang palawin na polo itumba. Arto didi bakang palawu talenga na ngone rito didi bakang polo merto le score. Sa oito ti sarto ngani miniti ya na nero kaloko kaya lokina na score ya. Ava voting go me langeti na score ka sa eldo me kina na ngonong go me sa rus ngabul kawalu to ko o nanronga ka tin ka tolu o Naitasiri.
Here comes Rolulu, wind straight behind him, not a problem. And the flags go up, 30 points to 13. A second conversion for Rolulu, and that try was scored in the 40th minute of the play, but 40th minute without my taking into account any of the stoppages. And I think the cream's on the cake as far as the Nanonga side's concerned. With that gap, 30 points to 13, it would be unbelievable that they could come back in the time. Out it goes from Buller, out to Ramaningiva. He's played a superb game in the second half, playing it in centre field and bursting through into the opposition. It is almost a confrontation of body against body. Waiting for a scrum to go down. 10 outside the Nanonga 22. Naitasiri put in. Referee not satisfied with that the scrum moved off the mark before the ball came in. We have a scrum to go down again. The referee speaking to the front rows. There's Yumaki's head. And down it goes. And I think that Naitasiri have also exhausted their substitutes. In it goes and comes back. The Riki Suva has got it, but he can't get away. They waited for him and they held him there with a lot of effort in there from Buller, who's pulled him to the ground. And back goes Naitasiri. They go back into it, and a penalty against us. Nadroga considered offside. A quick taken through. There goes Dranakamati. Dranakamati went forward, caught and held to the ground, and the ball eventually moved out. It's gone out to Kuroi. He's lost the ball forward, and again it's offside. Nadroga, and this would see that they went back 10 metres for the penalty. And or he's asked them to go back, and the touchline judge on this grandstand sideline moves in to have a chat with the referee. Let's see whether there's a change of tune by referee Tuandraki. Oh, it's a card. It is a yellow card across on this grandstand sideline. After whatever took place, Nadroga will finish the game with one man short. The ball in touch from that penalty kick, and as it's come into touch, it's 10 from the corner flag, and back it's a great take at the back of the line out for Naitasiri. They've got it 10 metres in from the touch line. Naitasiri get it, they go infield though. They're caught and held. They make ground, a couple of metres of valuable ground. They bring it onto the short side, driving through the middle there, and still going forward was Naitasiri. The referee, I think, had deemed a dangerous tackle that time. They pulled him right down over, tipped him right over, and while it wasn't a spear tackle, it was certainly a penalty against, and a quick take there. In it goes, and Lingieri takes the drive. They go forward there up to the 5 metre line. They're caught and held there. A drive through there. A great effort then from Kandi. The fresh legs of Kandi. Successful for them getting up there. Another drive forward. A spin out of it. They're 2 metres away from the goal line again. Naitasiri still going forward. Nadroga putting all their efforts into it as well. The referee has said no luck, and end of game. The Digicel trophy won in the 45th minute from the start of the second half, and it is a victory to Nadroga by the tune of 30 points to 13 after they led by 11 points to 10 at half-time. Well, despite all these powerful efforts of Naitasiri, they were unable to get enough ball in the latter stages to be able to close that gap that opened up from the 22nd minute when a penalty took them in front by 23 points to 13. There were desperate drives, desperate efforts by Naitasiri, but the defence of Nadroga held them out